I'm on the South County river, or the South River rather, and this would be the bridge that takes you to what they call West Portsmouth, and it is closed because of the high water in this area, as you can see out that way. See the Carl Perkins Bridge over there. Lots of water. Water everywhere. And over in that direction is the Portsmouth Speedway. And here's the bridge. Looking around, panning around. And you'll see it goes down there, and it is blocked. Came on the other side of the bridge, looking at the South River, and you can see, maybe you can see, that how far up the water is. And I'm standing on the bridge, by the way, and you can see how close the water is to the top of the bridge. Water everywhere. And you can see out that direction. Over there again. Go to this side and look over toward Kentucky, which is that direction. That bridge there is the Carl Perkins Bridge, takes you in to Kentucky. And I don't know if you can see those houses. I'll try to zoom in on that. Over on the Kentucky side, there's some houses over there, and from my vantage point, it looks like the water has reached at least the bottom of the house anyway. I don't know if there's any water in the house or not. A lot of water. But anyway, this is Bob, River and Dale Chronicles. Getting some content for the 2025 flood in Portsmouth, Ohio. And if you go back down that way, it would take you in to the city limits of Portsmouth, which I'm going to walk down toward. And as you can see, the bridge is closed. I'm walking toward the Ohio River side, and as you can see down at there where the stop sign's at, across that street there, which is Front Street in the city of Portsmouth, Ohio, the old flood wall down there, which was constructed in 1913, I believe, or there was a flood in 1913, I believe, and the flood wall was constructed after that flood. If I look down that way, you can see they have the flood gates up. I'm sure in case it got over this wall. Down here is another vantage point to the bridge that goes across the river into Kentucky. You look down that corner, that's where the South River goes in or flows in to this river, which is the Ohio River. I can't remember the water being this high for a while. Now it's at flood stage, I know that, and how many feet that would be, I have no idea. If I find out, I will put it at the bottom of one of these video shots. The mighty Ohio has spoken. Looks like I'm on Main Street in South Shore, Kentucky. I'm at the end of Main Street, actually, which, as you can see over there, the Ohio River, and here's a road that would lead down to the river. As you can see there, how far up the water has risen. There's a house back there, and you can see it's up to almost their deck there. Now I'm on the Ohio River at Beattyville, Kentucky, giving you another vantage point of the Ohio River flooding. And as you can see, over here is the road, a grassy area, and right there is the water. So it's rapidly rising. You can see the bridge over there, which would be the Carl Perkins Bridge, spanning the Ohio, I believe, and on the other side over there, that direction, and over to that direction is the state of Ohio. And you can kind of look at the size of that tree and gauge how high the water is at this point in Beattyville. And the bridge down there. You can look down at that point and see there's a house down there, which a man who said I could come to this vantage point and take a little video. You can see right there how far the water is coming up to this house, and it is, well, the Ohio out that way, And you can see how close the water is getting to the deck. Now I'm going to walk down toward this little deck area that they've built onto the Ohio River, the bridge. And as you can see, lots and lots of debris. Oh, great shot here. I will zoom in too on that. If you look in that direction, that is the city of Portsmouth. And as you can see, the water is rising over in that area. But I don't know if you can see back there, there's a bridge back there, that white area, and it is the Scioto River, which empties in to the Ohio River. And over here, this is the bridge that spans the Ohio and Kentucky, or I should say, spans the Ohio River leading into Kentucky over here. And you can see from this deck, of course, a lot of debris has been washed up to the shores. You can see bottles, looks like rubber balls, logs, all kinds of stuff. The water is now, well, water is pretty much up to that shed over there. And you'll see a high grassy spot over there, but it goes around, the water goes around there. And you can see, just let you look a little bit. Check out the water. Doesn't look like a river anymore, it looks like a lake. Almost like I'm on Lake Erie, northern Ohio. Of course, I must confess I've been to Lake Erie. But here you have it. Beattyville, Kentucky, little small town down from South Shore, Kentucky, on the Ohio River, showing you the magnitude of the water that, as you can see all the way down there, I can see from here the water. I can see from here the water being up to the deck of both of these houses. I can see why they build them so high up.